Thursday, February 23rd, your chance to view the movie Is Genesis History at a movie theater in Lima, Findlay, Piqua, or Fort Wayne. It's a one-night-only showing of a year's worth of visits to museums, national parks, and conversations with geologists and much more. What can you expect in this special big screen viewing? Take a look.
Well, tell me about the story of these layers. I mean, how did they get here?
In the 600th year of Noah's life, on the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up and the windows of heaven were opened. My understanding is the ocean floor upheaval occurred. Some type of magma or earthquake propelled the oceans over the continent.
So that's why we get these marine fossils in these layers.
Yes, and we have 6 months the waters prevailed upon the earth, another 7 months or so for the water to subside. The 4,000 feet of strata probably represents the early and middle part of the global flood right here in Grand Canyon. We have other strata locally in this Grand Canyon region. That's called the Grand Staircase. We have about 10,000 feet, 2 miles thickness of strata on top of the Grand Canyon.
Higher than where we are.
Higher than where we are, and that represents the later stages of the flood and the retreat of the floodwater. This surface was beveled by retreat of floodwaters, and as the flood retreated into the newly formed ocean basins, then the continents probably uplifted, and the ark, of course, was landed in the high country in the Middle East.
Well, there's some people who say that that record is about a local flood.
I believe it's a global flood, and all the high hills or the whole heaven were covered, a universal statement. But the mountains have risen since then, and we shouldn't measure the depth of the floodwaters by the present mountains of the earth, which are largely created during the flood and after the flood. So, it was a year-long, world-destroying event that started on the ocean floor, covered the high mountains, and then went back to the new ocean basin.
Purchase advance tickets to the one-night showing of Is Genesis History by visiting isgenesishistory.com. They'll be shown 7 p.m. February 23rd in Lima, Findlay, Piqua, as well as 2 Fort Wayne area theaters. Now, all theater locations and more information about the film can be found at that website as well, isgenesishistory.com.